Good morning. You are listening to the Coach's Corner on KYNT. Let's go to the voice of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Good morning. This is the Coach's Corner from 1019 Broadway Avenue. I am Bryce Ladwig. Well, we got home in the wee early morning hours from way up north in Pierre from last night into this morning. So your host, Bryce Ladwig, is tired. And another full slate of activities today. We have the Coach's Corner, of course, and then we have Mount Marty basketball later today on KYNT and KYN-TV. Make sure you stick around or be right back. It is a 1:30 p.m. pregame. Hastings College is in town, so that should be a good one. Let's talk Yankton High School athletics. Like I said, the Gazelles traveled to Pierre last night. Took a tough loss, ended that one losing 59-18 to the Lady Govs. Claire Tereshinski had 6 points, Macy Drossman had 4, Peyton Mosier had 3. In the JV game, the Gazelles lost to Pierre 28-38. Or I guess it would be 38-28. Adeline Skelhaus had 10 points, 8 rebounds. Eden Wolfgram, 8 points and 6 rebounds. In the C game for the Gazelles, Pierre won that one 38-27. Eden Wolfgram led scoring for the Gazelles with 8. And then in the D game, Yankton fell to Pierre 33-23. Berkeley Olsen led scoring with 7 points. And then Sabrina Kraske added 6. I said it on the broadcast last night, and I'll say it again. These losses are, of course, tough, but it has been fun watching the Gazelles start to really just gel as a unit throughout the season and watching them grow, not only as a team, but as individuals. It's always nice to see that happen. I did catch up with Coach Trey Creer in the post-game interview, and I'll go ahead and just jump right into that conversation immediately following last night's loss at Pierre.
Being joined by Coach Trey Creer. Coach, obviously these are always the tough ones, but kind of lessons can the team could take away from these ones? Obviously a very good Pierre Lady Gov squad.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking all week about what it takes to be tough in the game of basketball, and I think we got a real good lesson for ourselves here tonight, that sometimes toughness means that in the face of adversity, when things aren't going well, when things are hard, we have to continue to be disciplined enough to do the things that we know gives us the opportunity to be successful. You know, we watched a Pierre team come out and miss a bunch of shots to start the game, and it didn't deter them away from what they were trying to do. And eventually, you know, through the things that they know makes them successful, they found their way to a really good position in the game. We, on the other hand, we did not do the same thing. Defensively, we were pretty good to start the game. We didn't rebound the ball particularly well on the defensive end, but we were in position. We draw a charge within the first couple minutes of the game to show our defensive position, and then as the snowball kind of started to roll, you started to see things start to fall off a little bit. We weren't very crisp on the offensive end, had some bad turnovers. Defensively, we started to get out of position, and you know, those are lessons that our kids need to learn, and we need to have that conversation, and we need to continue to build our toughness in situations like this. And don't get me wrong, Bryce, that's a really, really good basketball team in the Pierre Governors. They are going to compete for a state title. They've got a lot of pieces to the puzzle. They play really tough defensively. They're after the ball constantly, and they got some shooters to go with it and a post presence as well. So, you know, that was a tall task for our kids, but when it comes down to it, you know, we define toughness as being able to do the things that you know you need to do in the face of difficult situations. And at times tonight we did that, and at times tonight we did not.
And speaking of toughness, you had some Gazelles hit the floor tonight. I hope everyone is okay.
Yeah, you know, we were in a physical ball game, and that's how Pierre plays, and we've got some kids who are banged up, but right now it appears like we're going to be all right.
All right, this week, Coach, going to walk me really quickly through your week. You have Rapid City, 2 Rapid City games coming up Friday, Saturday. Yeah,
we're going to get some rest here. We had two tough games this week with Aberdeen and Pierre, and then we're going to get some rest this weekend, and then we got a good opportunity Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to get ourselves back in the gym. We got to talk about some things on the offensive end that we need to keep working on, and try and find some consistency, because it's going to go from there, Bryce. Monday or Friday, Saturday, Tuesday. What am I got? Tuesday, Thursday, and I can't even remember.
It's pretty much just every day of February.
Right,
so.
absolutely.
Pretty much how it goes. Well, Coach, safe travels back home. Always appreciate you joining us.
You bet. Thanks, Bryce.
All right, that was my post-game conversation with Coach Trey Creer of the Yankton Gazelles following last night's action. The Gazelles now 1-11 on the season. They will travel to Rapid City Friday and Saturday. This coming Friday and Saturday, to be the front end of 2 days in a row of Gazelles and Bucks doubleheader action versus Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Start talking Yankton Bucks basketball.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer, research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
When I'm searching for adventure, I find it on the range. Archery challenges me to be curious, see opportunity, and welcome big challenges. It teaches me to focus and never quit until the last arrow hits. Archery allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your adventurous side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
It's time for a new kind of credit card. One that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen Credit Card by F&BO earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by F&BO. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
Do you go through every day dealing with pain? Does chronic or acute pain affect the decisions you make and the quality of your life? It doesn't have to. It's time to visit the experts. Whether you're suffering from neck and back pain, work-related injuries, headaches, fibromyalgia, joint pain, or any other type of debilitating discomfort, Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton can offer you relief. They listen, they care, and they can help. That's Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton at 605-655-1220. Live better. Live balanced. Avera.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. We talked Yankton Gazelles basketball to kick things off, and now we will talk Yankton Bucks basketball. They took on Pierre at home Thursday night in a thriller. Classic ESD action at the Summit Activity Center Thursday night. Thanks to those that are able to tune in or listen, KYNT, KYNTV, but I'm pretty sure the whole town was there, which is just awesome. When the crowd shows up, that place is rocking, and it was rocking Thursday night. Before we talk varsity stats and jump into our post-game coach interview that we had with Coach Chris Haynes Thursday night, let's talk about the sub-varsity action. The Yankton Bucks won their freshman game 51-35. Owen Idness led with 19 points. The Yankton Bucks sophomore team won 66-43, and the Bucks were led by Carson Ness's 17 points. Yankton also won the junior varsity game 58-42. Tucker Gilmore led with 20 points. And then for the Yankton Bucks, well, I mean, what can you really say? I'll just whip it around a bunch of players and talk about them real quick. Michael Moores did an excellent job spacing the floor. Had a big steal for at least one big steal for the Bucks, and really just making those plays that sometimes don't come on the stat sheet, but you notice it when you're watching. And his teammates definitely notice as well. Cody Oswald, same thing. Another tough assignment, him and Michael Moores on Jackson Edmond, just kind of holding down those low blocks. Did an excellent job in that regard. He has had some tall assignments, pun unintended and intended all at the same time, all season. So he did an excellent job. Added, I believe, 10 points. Mac Reichen just being that attacker slasher that he needs to be, knocking out shots when he needs to, and just great perimeter defense from Mac Reichen in that game. Rugby Reichen just running the floor. Defensive shutdown player as well as in transition. Put the ball in his hands and he'll either attack or he's going to find someone to knock down a shot. Great court vision as always from Rumble and Rugby Reichen. And then Drew Reichen led the team again with points 23, hitting big time shots when the Bucks needed them. And of course shutting down the game. Put the ball in his hands when the team is fouling. He will go to the line and hit his free throws. Perfect at the line again Thursday night. Then, of course, great bench play from the Yankton Bucks again as well. Landon Potts came off the bench, hit a big shot. Nice job giving some solid minutes for the Bucks. Isaiah Skelhaus did the same thing. Also hit a big three-pointer to end the third quarter. That was a great play. Huge momentum shifter for Yankton. Cooper Grotenheis gave tough minutes again off the bench. Feel like I'm missing someone, and if I am, I sincerely apologize. It was just great minutes from everyone. But I did get to track down Coach Chris Haynes for our post-game interview, and we're going to jump right into that conversation. This is Coach Chris Haynes joining us in the post-game show.
We're joined by Coach Chris Haynes. Coach, good timing. We just came back from break, and congratulations, a big victory, ESD victory. That makes it even sweeter, right?
Yeah, that was a battle, Bryce. No doubt about it. And both teams competed at a high level. Those, like we said, those guys are so talented, Bryce. And for our guys to hold them to 51 is just unbelievable effort. We talked Thursday night after the game about giving Mac Reichen a lot of credit for the job he did on Spencer Barr. And rightfully so, and I think you got to do the same thing tonight for Rugby and the job he did on Kienholz.
No, absolutely, and this has been the story all season. Actually, last couple of seasons really is always the size difference, right? But It seems that Pierre, they have taller players, but just the wingspan of all these. We mentioned Jackson Edmond. He has a wingspan like a pterodactyl, and it was just really noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's 6'7", but his wingspan looks like it's like 7 foot out there. It's extremely long, and that zone's tough. But I thought our guys did a decent job of attacking it. We don't get to simulate that a lot in practice, and we haven't seen a lot of zone. We tell our guys all the time, though, if guys are going to zone you, if teams are going to zone us, and we attack it the right way, basically we're going to be playing horse, and we're going to get open shots. And I thought we did for the most part tonight. And luckily we were able to make just enough of them to pull out the game.
Well, a lot of these topics, Coach, a little preview, or a lot of rehashing that we've done the last few games of victories for the Bucks, but for good reason. I mean, they keep happening, so keep talking about them.
Yeah.
Drew Reichen obviously finds ways to hit shots for the Bucks. Give a lot of credit to players like Rugby facilitating that, but he hits the shots, but most importantly, he closes out the games for Yankton. You can get him the ball in bonus time, and he's going to hit those shots.
Yeah, obviously, we tell Drew every time he's open, we want him to shoot. I don't care if you just made your last 5 or missed your last 5. If you're open, shoot the basketball. And Drew would be the first one to tell you that he's getting open shots because of the things that Rugby and his teammates are doing. Drew's our best shooter and best free throw shooter, and we have 3 senior point guards, so Bryce, and we feel confident with the ball in their hands at the end of the games, and they'll take care of it, and they'll get to the free throw line, and they'll knock them down.
2 plays I want you to kind of think back and kind of walk us through the sequence of events. To end the third, Mac and Rugby were kind of playing toss to each other for like 20 seconds, it seemed, and eventually find Skelhaus in the corner for a 3. Kind of, how was that drawn up?
That was huge, and I thought before that, obviously Cooper's battling with Bush on the other end, and Bush is a Division I offensive lineman and trying to post up, and Cooper's trying to do everything he can to help keep the ball out of there. And then, Cooper, they threw it into him, and Cooper fouled him, and he did. But then, the technical foul where instead of them getting the ball baseline out, up a couple or whatever they were, instead we get 2 free throws, and then we get the ball, and we get a hold for the last shot. So Drew knocks both free throws in. We get the ball, we hold for the last shot. Rugby does a great job penetrating. We just spread the floor. No rocket science. Like, give the ball to Rugby and everybody get out of the way and let him go make a play. And he found Isaiah in the corner, and he knocked it in. I thought that was huge. That was a huge turning point in the game.
Yeah, big turning point. And then to kind of close things out, it was the steal on the inbound to basically send Pierre into kind of the bonus game with Yankton. Why don't you talk about that play, Coach?
Yeah, and just right before that, though, Bryce, I thought Rugby's big 3 right in front of our bench. Yep. The game's tied, and, at that point, obviously, it can go either way. And Rugby knocks that 3 in. And then when you're up 3, that's just huge with a minute and a half to go. And like you said, we were able to get a stop. And then, because they had the ball baseline out there, I think it was after a jump ball or something, right? After a jump ball, they had it baseline out, and then, our guys, who got the steal even, and somebody knocked it away.
I want to say Drew, but I apologize to the Buck if it was someone else.
Right. So, and that's just those guys, Mac and Drew, whoever was, just being scrappy and, trying to get their hands on the ball or whatever, and they did, and they came up with it.
Yeah, and just you're talking about Rugby's 3-pointer, and that just goes to show you that, as you know, any of these Yankton Bucks will step up and they will take that shot. There's no hesitation. Everyone is confident in their shooting ability.
Yeah, 100%. And you don't have to tell Rugby to shoot it in that situation. And he's clutch and he's been clutch his whole life. So it's no surprise when he knocked that one in.
And then, Coach, obviously, I want to talk about Huron real quick. We
Yeah.
tried this once before. The weather did not help us at all. But let's try it again. Wilkie, tell me about this Huron squad. Not a long time. It's going to happen on Monday.
Yeah, it's just you can't take a breather. Played 2 tough ESD games this week, and now you got to look around and you got to go to the Huron Arena. And Coach Bud Hagen's now back with the boys, and his teams are always so tough to play against. And especially at the Huron Arena. And Huron is a team that's won some games and beat some guys and been, kind of like us. They've won some games, and in the games that they haven't won against the good teams, they've been right there against the top teams, right there and very competitive. So it's going to take another great effort by our guys and a tough place to play if we want to get another win.
Coach, I'll let you finish your media tour. Congratulations on the big ESD victory tonight.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Bryce.
All right, again, that was from the post-game show. Coach Chris Haynes came up and talked to me, discussed the victory, a little bit about Huron coming up. Yankton now 7-4, and again, the Bucks are looking to continue this ESD momentum as they will travel to Huron Arena to take on the Tigers Monday evening. You can catch that on KYNT and KYNTV, 6:30 p.m. pregame coverage, tip-off at 7. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
Are you looking to get your career moving? Then Truxedo Bed Covers is looking for you. Truxedo of Yankton has immediate openings for first, second, and third shifts and offers weekly pay, full benefits package with paid time off, paid holidays, a team-oriented atmosphere, climate-controlled work environment, and pay starting at $19.75 an hour. If you're ready to join the Truxedo team, visit truxedo.com/careers and apply today. Truxedo is a real truck company and equal opportunity employer. Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Big day for Yankton today in both gymnastics and wrestling. In gymnastics, the ESD conference meet is being held up at the state capitol. I posted a picture on our KYNT social media pages from last night. They were getting the gym floor ready, and I was getting excited to see the beams and stuff go up and just the sheer amount of manpower it took to transform that arena from basketball to gymnastics. It was something, I'll tell you. But I did catch up with Coach Justin Olson of Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics last week and had a busy week. And him and I kind of thought, well, we talked about the ESD meet in that conversation, and he talked about it in pretty good depth. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the portion of that talk where he was talking about the ESD meet and what the team needed to do throughout the week prior, getting them ready for the ESD meet today. Again, that's up at the state capitol in Pierre. We'll jump right into that talk.
And this is a two-pronged question to wrap us up, Coach, but you kind of alluded to the ESD meet that is at Pierre High School on the 4th. How does the practice for the Gazelles, is it really just kind of fine-tuning things? Is it just the last week until, you consider the playoffs, ESD meet, and then state tournament like you talked about?
Yeah,
or how does that kind of work for you guys?
So kind of, we don't like to, we try to keep things, as much the same as possible. We don't want to try to change the routines, too much. Like I said, we kind of use this meet as a tune-up meet, and we won't add in a whole heck of a lot. But if they're consistent in practice, we have a couple girls that are working on a couple of new skills that we might throw into the routines to see how they hit, because we know that it's one of those things that it's if we add it to the routine, they'll add a little more bonus, and that should essentially impact their score in a positive way. And so if they're doing it consistently in practice, I'm not afraid to throw that up in the conference meet, but like I said, it's one of those things where we need to fine tune and maybe just stay a little tighter and clean some things up and be a little more showy. And I think that will help us when it comes to the ESD meet here, where we have some of the top teams in the state, which is good. I think that's going to be a very positive for us too, as well, when we're out there competing in Pierre, having like a Mitchell and Watertown and some of those teams that we're kind of chasing as well to push our girls, knowing that we need to place in the top 8 to go to the state team competition that following week on that Friday.
And then, Coach, how do the girls like to compete at Pierre? It hasn't been this season, but you have girls that have competed there before.
Yeah, it's not a bad setup. We've been there before, and they have a nice setup. You don't feel cramped, and so it should be a fun environment. Like I said, the sport of gymnastics is pretty unique that everyone kind of gets along. Even if you're competing against teams that are fighting for the same spots that you are, but not only are we trying to qualify as a team, we have those individual performances as well that they need to hit certain marks to qualify for the individual day, which is the following day on that Saturday at the state meet. So they take 40 in each event. So that's going to be one of those things where not only do we have to figure out that at our conference meet, we need to do well, but also it's one of those things where we'll get to know what happens in the other region state qualifying meet with the Sioux Falls schools and the Rapid City schools as well. That it's all 40 combined, so that'll be fun and exciting as we go coming up here next Saturday.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Coach. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thanks, Bryce. Appreciate it.
Again, that was from Coach Justin Olson last week, and we're talking about the ESD meet, which is taking place today at the state capitol. Best of luck to the Yankton Gazelles. That floor was being transformed last night. Again, I took a picture of it and put it on KYNT social media pages, so go check that out. Wish them the absolute best of luck. Love playoff time for all sports. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Feeser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Let's talk Yankton wrestling. Today is the day. Teams are coming into, well, they're actually here to here. It has started, actually, but the Yankton Wrestling Invite, as the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles wrestling teams hit the mat. Hosting that invite, 22 total schools are at the meet. Matches are set to begin at 9 a.m. We have another picture taken from the summit, though, with the mats all down, all 4 big mats ready to go in the main gym area. Make sure you're heading out there. That's the Summit Activity Center today. Cheer on your Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Really let that be a home matchup for both Yankton squads. The Yankton Wrestling Invite. I think it's always great when Yankton gets these teams in. And the parking lots are full, and the mats are just full of competition. It's just going to be a great time. I know Coach Riley Smith of Yankton Wrestling and Coach Tyler Schuring enjoy when they have the home crowd right there to cheer on the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. So again, the Yankton Wrestling Invite this morning, Summit Activity Center, 22 total schools are at this meet. Head on over there. So as far as the Coach's Corner is concerned, that is a wrap. I am going to go home and try to get some sleep because KYNT and KYNT-TV covering Mount Marty basketball action today. Again, 1:30 p.m. pregame, Hastings College in town. So you have that to look forward to. But as always, I want to thank you for joining us here this morning as the Coach's Corner is powered by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. This has been the Coach's Corner, KYNT, KYNT-TV. Thanks for joining me this morning. Go Bucks.